Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces, 222, and yes, I know my hair is crazy today. It is Monday, July 27th, 2020. I'm going to do a daily message from Spirit for you guys. Yeah, I had to take last week off. These energies have been absolutely ridiculous. And I was explaining to somebody, it's like I wake up and the energy is just so heavy. I feel like I can't move, you know? And I feel much better now, much more refreshed, definitely. But I know that a lot of us are kind of going through that right now. And, it's so interesting to me, like when you watch movies or things like that after going through awakening, you kind of have a fresh perspective on things. And I watched the movie Contact this weekend, which I hadn't seen in, I don't even know how long. I love that movie. But it's the first time I've watched it since my awakening. And if you haven't seen that movie or you haven't seen it since your awakening, please go back and watch it. Jodie Foster, Matthew McConaughey, Angela Bassett, really good cast, really good script, and it makes a lot more sense now. Like a lot of what she was going through is basically a spiritual awakening, right? She was a scientist who didn't believe in this stuff, and then all of a sudden something happened to her and nobody believed her, right, at the very end. And I really keyed in on basically her last speech, like when she was going through, like she was in front of Congress and she was explaining what happened to her, and nobody was believing her. Everybody thought she was crazy, and she's sitting there saying, I can't tell you, that it's definitely possible that I didn't see it. It's definitely possible that I dreamed it, but I can't tell you that for sure. I can't tell you that I didn't see what I saw, right? And she's like trying to explain, I had this experience and I wish I could share it with you guys. And that was huge for me. It's basically like everything that a lot of us who are going through awakenings right now or had gone through awakenings is trying to basically tell people what we've seen, and they just look at us like we're crazy. It's because they have to experience it themselves. They have to, right? So if you haven't seen that movie, or at least go find that clip, I might actually post that clip on my community tab for you guys, just because it was so impactful for me. I'm sitting here going, wow, this makes a heck of a lot more sense now. And especially the way her and Matthew McConaughey's character, how they kind of met and then they separated for a while, and then 4 years later they come right back together like nothing happened, right? And they could feel that connection. They knew that there was a connection there, right? Absolutely brilliant movie. So definitely check it out, guys. So let's get this started here. Yeah, I mean, okay, so a lot of us right now, I feel, are kind of coming out. This has been kind of going on for a while, how a lot of us have been dealing with some really toxic situations, really inner toxicity, some of that stuff that's been coming out for a while. A lot of us, having to deal with our inner demons, having to deal with temptation, having to deal with basically clearing out all the clutter. Literally, the clutter that no longer serves us, and knowing that it no longer serves us, okay? And a lot of us are going through that. I know myself, I am still kind of purging some things from my karmic situation that were very toxic. I'm still dealing with those things. I'm still kind of, in a position where I'm having to remember that, I can't beat myself up for letting things go for as long as they did. I learned the lesson, right? And I'm still kind of going through that. I feel like some of us are still having some inner guilt that we're dealing with right now that we need to release, right? But a lot of us are seeing the truth at this point. And this is so symbolic, especially for what's going on right now. You walk around and you see people wearing these masks, and you're going, this is a physical representation. This is a physical representation of the illusions that keep us in servitude. The illusions that keep us stuck. The illusions that prevent us from actually reaching a higher state. Okay? This is a physical representation of what I'm talking about. Okay? How well do you conform? Okay? How well do you conform to the ego? How well do you conform to the 3D? How well do you conform to your illusions? Okay? Keep in mind, we should never be controlled by our illusions. We control the illusions. We control our reality. Remember that, okay? And that's what this is telling you, okay? Yeah, okay? This, I think, is really significant, too, because I feel like a lot of us at this point, because of everything that's going on, we're starting to really embrace ourselves for who we are. A lot of us are really understanding just how many people are in the same wavelength as we are. Do you know how many people feel the exact same way we feel, but they are afraid to speak up? They are afraid, literally afraid, to say what they believe right now because of the climate. So it's like a lot of us are I feel like a lot of us are coming into terms with ourselves right now, but we're also realizing that there are other people who feel the same way that we do, so we don't feel so alone. We feel more at home with ourselves. We feel like, oh, okay, well, I know I'm not the only one that sees this, so I know I'm not crazy. Like it's like we need outside validation from other people to know that we're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. Just like Jodie Foster wasn't crazy. She saw something, right? She just couldn't explain it. But she knew in her heart that she was right. And this is going to be a long one, sorry. But yeah, I feel like we're really balancing that out right now, right, guys? I feel like a lot of us are coming back into balance. We have been really off balance. There's been a lot of negative energies going through, a lot of purging happening here, and that's good. Opening of the heart chakra, very good. Release it. Release what you need to release and move on, right? And once you do that, once you release that and you say, okay, I don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore. That's when the truth comes in. That's when the clarity comes in, guys, right? That's when you can say, okay, I've had enough. That's enough. I'm done. You know, I'm done sitting here dwelling on this, that this is not something that I need in my life anymore, right? Okay, I'm going to stop holding myself hostage. I'm going to stop holding my karma hostage. I'm going to stop basically holding anything hostage, and I'm going to manifest. I'm going to move forward, right? But you have to clear out that clutter first. And I feel like that's where a lot of us are right now, is clearing out that clutter. Look at that. First card out for advice. Don't let pride get in your way. Again, don't let ego control you. Don't let your illusions control you, guys. Sure, you need, you know, a practical plan because we are in a 3D world. You do need 3D, like 3D money, finances, things like that. You need those things. So manifest them, guys. If you need a way forward, Source will help you. You just need to ask, okay? But again, and this is huge right here. This just basically reiterated everything I just said. What do you need to release still? What are you still holding on to that you do not need anymore? Emotionally, physically, 3D, spiritually, whatever. Okay, there's something that just in general the collective is still holding on to, and for me it's the guilt. I still have a self-guilt thing going on, okay? So I can admit that. So what do you have that you need to release still, okay? All right, guys, I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.